Well, hello over there, everybody. Alrighty, so Canada playing here. We're at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada. I have my passport, and I'm north of the U.S. border as we have the Texas Rangers versus the Toronto Blue Jays, a mid-2010s rivalry. We've got Hall of Famer Roy Halladay on the mound for the Jays as he gives up a base hit to Carl Everett to start off this one. So thank you all for joining me. We're going to talk about some old baseball players. And well, we've got a myriad of them here on both of these squads. We won't talk about Roy Halladay. He's got a documentary that was shown recently about his struggles. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on some of these other guys. We'll do a Let's Haul You on Halladay at some point soon. Now let's get into this, shall we? Which player should I start with first? Well, let's go with a Texas Ranger. I guess we'll go with the guy who's we just at the plate here, Mike Lamb. So Michael Robert Lamb played third base, pinch hit, and first baseman. And that's a floater out, and that's a bloop single into left field. So Lamb gets himself a hit. And Halladay, a bit of trouble here to start off.
The batter,
Alex Rodriguez. We saw him yesterday on the New York Yankees. As third base coach is giving him the signs, Halladay comes and sets, looks back, pitches, and A-Rod fouls that one off. 0 balls, 1 strike. So Mike Lamb, bad lefty through righty. 6'1", 205 pounds when he played. Born August 9th, 1975 in West Covina, California. He is now 44 years old. And, Halladay loses control of that one and hits A-Rod. He's not very happy. Some of that roid rage going on there. Well, the runners move up. And we'll see who comes up next for Texas. As this is a... yeah, he just missed. Hit him right on the shin. And that's not... Oh, Rafael Palmeiro. Hey, talk about roid rage. Rafael Palmeiro as well. Man, they had A-Rod and Rafael Palmeiro. Ooh, what was going on in the Rangers locker room? Okay. Mike Lamb, you were drafted by the Minnesota Twins in the 31st round of the 96 draft from Cal State Fullerton, and then drafted again by the Texas Rangers in the 7th round of the 97 draft. Once more out of Cal State Fullerton. Made your Major League debut April 23rd, 2000 at the age of 24 versus the Minnesota Twins. You had 4 at-bats, your first Major League hit. Your last game ever came July 17, 2010 at the age of 34 versus the Washington Nationals as Palmeiro strikes out looking there. So Halladay finally gets his first out. Juan Gonzalez up now. That's a name we haven't heard in a while either. Back at it here. Mike Lamb, your last game ever, yes, July 17, 2010 at the age of 34 versus the Washington Nationals. You had 1 at-bat and no hits. And that's a base hit to the left side of the infield. And that's a run for the Rangers. So Juan Gonzalez breaks through here against Roy Halladay here in the first inning.
the batter,
Kevin Mench up now as Halladay's trying to settle down here. If he can get Mench to ground out, the possibility of a double play. let's continue on here. So Lamb, you had a 4.0 wins above replacement, 2,706 at bats, 746 hits, a very nice 69 home runs in your career, and a career 276 batting average. So transaction history, yes, you were drafted by the Twins in 96, by the Rangers in 97, came up with the Texas Rangers, wore number 13. Then February 5th, 2004, you were traded by the Rangers to the New York Yankees for Jose Garcia, who ended up buried in the minors. March 25th, towards the end of spring training, you were traded by the Yankees to the Houston Astros for Juan de Leon, who was buried in the minors. While with the Astros, you wore number 26, as Mensch strikes out there. So Halladay, if he can get out of this with only one run allowed, that will be quite a save here. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs. Ball. Then December 14, 2007, Lamb went to the Minnesota Twins as a free agent. Wore number 24, and yep, there it is. So Roy Halladay gets out of it, only allows 1 run. Bit of trouble there, but just 1 run. And that was the top half of the first inning. And yes, folks, we are going to do another simulation game tomorrow. The St. Louis Cardinals will be visiting, I haven't figured it out, maybe the Polo Grounds against the New York Mets. Stay tuned for that. We'll figure out whether we're going to be there or at Shea. I'll see what I feel like. And that's a grounder to first. That's the first out of the inning for the Jays. Let's move on here.
The batter.
So Lamb goes to Minnesota, wears number 24. Then September of 2008, he was released by the Twins. And that very same day, a diving attempt by Alex Rodriguez to get that ball just beyond the infield, but he can't get to it. Valiant effort, though.
The batter.
Vernon Wells is up now. There's a man on first for Toronto. So that very same day, the Milwaukee Brewers picked up Lamb. He would sign as a free agent. Re-sign with them that offseason anyways, and stuck around in Milwaukee's organization. However, he did not break the Major League roster at all, because in April of 2009, he was released by the Brewers. Then April 25th, 2009, and while with the Brewers, he wore number 47, but very short time in Milwaukee. Then April of 2009, he was signed as a free agent with the New York Mets. Didn't break the Major League roster with them either. February of 2010, signed as a free agent with the Florida Marlins. Wore number 13 while in Miami.
Now batting, the second baseman.
June 2011. Yes, all the way to June. He was granted free agency after the season. Didn't stick around with the Marlins. June 2011. Couldn't find a team, but the Yankees signed him. However, he never broke the Major League roster with them either. Oh, that's a drop ball there by Delgado at first base. What the heck happened there? I'm not even sure, but Halladay is already in trouble again here in the second inning. The Rangers have officially batted around. Man on first and second with no outs. And, that's a base hit into left center field. 1 run will score, and the second one will score as Everett gets a bases clearing double. And, it's not looking very good for Halladay today. Well, Mike Lamb didn't play for a Major League team after 2010. So Mike Lamb made $10,492,000 over the course of his baseball career. In 2008, the Minnesota Twins paid him $3,500,000. As far as postseasons, Lamb played in 2 postseasons. In 2004, the Houston Astros lost the NLCS to the St. Louis Cardinals. And that is another base hit. Everett racing around, and he will score. And yikes, this is not going well at all for Halladay. He is getting batted around here. And the Rangers have a 4-0 lead.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Now Alex Rodriguez is coming up. This is not getting any easier for Halladay. The roof is open here at the Rogers Center. There's a 2-mile-per-hour wind going towards left field. And that is a foul ball into the stands. Back to Mike Lamb. In 2005, the Houston Astros lost the World Series to the Chicago White Sox. Lamb in that World Series played all 4 games of the White Sox sweep over Houston, had 10 at-bats, scored a run, got 2 hits, including a double and a home run, 1 RBI, his said home run, 2 walks, and batted .200 in the World Series. So, not that great, but hey, he hit a home run in the World Series. How many people can say that? And, ooh, almost a 6-4-3 double play, but A-Rod races up the line and is safe. They get the lead runner, though, for the first out of the inning. Halladay
The first baseman.
now going up against Rafael Palmeiro, who would be in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for the aforementioned steroids. Had 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. It's a very exclusive club. And we'll see what happens, what goes down once A-Rod is set for voting with regards to Cooperstown eligibility, you know? Delgado fields that grounder, tags first. A-Rod moves up to second, and there are 2 outs here as Halladay is somewhat settling down, but it's still 4-0 here. I don't know what third base coach is saying. You might as well just say, "Swing away, Juan Gan." Rangers have got a 4-0 lead. Just swing for the fences. This man can, or at least he could, hit him out of anywhere before. So Gonzalez hits it nowhere out of anywhere because that is a foul ball behind the plate. And the end of the top half of the second inning. However, the Texas Rangers are, they're getting to Halladay. It's 4-0. The Jays with their big bopper, Carlos Delgado, up now. We'll see what goes down here. As far as Mike Lamb is concerned, let's take a look at his regular season career. Is there a season in which we could say, man, that was Mike Lamb? That was the year of Lamb. Well, his 2006 season, or 2004 wasn't bad either. 2004, his probably go with 2004. I mean, all around, I think that was his better year. Although 2006 was really good too. We'll go 2006 and 2004. 2006, Lamb played in 126 games, had 117 hits, 22 doubles, 3 triples, 12 home runs, 45 RBI. As Delgado is on first. So the Jays trying to get something going here. Lamb had a .307 batting average for that season. His 2004 season, the Astros made it to the playoffs as well. Played 112 games. Had 80 hits, but 14 home runs, 58 RBI. That's his most RBIs in a season, most home runs in a season. 14 doubles. It wasn't that bad of a year. His Astros years weren't that bad, not too shabby for a spot utility guy for sure, and a guy that a lot of people remember. I guess some people remember. I remember him. I just completely forgot he played for the Marlins. That's on me. That's on me. I should remember all Marlins players, no matter how many games they play. Oh, strikes out looking there. That's not good for the Jays. Yeah, he's not questioning that. He's just going to walk away. Frank Catalanato is up. We'll take a look at what Mike Lamb has done, if we can find anything, with regards to his post-playing career. And I got nothing. Seriously, I have nothing. I have nothing at all. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I have for Mike Lamb. Well, hopefully he's just doing good in his retirement, doing something else. And holy shoes, that is a rocket off into left field, and suddenly the Jays have cut this deficit in half, 4-2. Holy shoes, look at this. That thing went out fast. What a rocket. And he looked at that a little bit. I don't know. We'll see whether the Rangers are going to like that or not. I want to see some fisticuffs here between the Rags and the Jays. And I know the Rags are nickname people use for the New York Rangers, but I'm just going to co-opt that and just use that for the Texas Rangers here. And we're in Canada, so I think it's acceptable. Ball. That's a ball. Another ball here. And suddenly Benoit having a bit of trouble here, giving up the home run. I'm sure he's a little rattled. But now he's got full count here. We'll see if Orlando Hudson can tee him up or if Benoit gets the out here. Here comes the pitch. Oh! Fools him on this one. Gets him high, chest high there. It is within the strike zone, and we are done in the second, but the Jays have some life. It is now 4-2.
The batter, Kevin Mitch.
Rangers' lead has been cut in half. We'll see if Roy Halladay can finally settle into this game. He had a lot of trouble in the first 2 innings. Ball. As far as a Texas Rangers player, let's see. When we talked about Mike Lamb, let's go with another player here. Ball. For the Jays. We'll go with Frank Catalanato. Oh, he was also a Texas Ranger, so it works both ways for us here. Frank Catalanato. Left fielder, second baseman, and first baseman. Batted lefty, threw righty. 6 feet tall, 170 pounds when he played. Born April 27th, 1974 in Smithtown, New York. He is now 46 years old. He was drafted by the Detroit Tigers in the 10th round of the 1992 draft out of Smithtown East High School in the aforementioned Smithtown, New York. Catalanato made his major league debut September 3rd, 1997 at the age of 23 versus the Atlanta Braves. Had no at-bats, no hits. His last game ever came May 10th, 2010 versus at the age of 36 versus the Washington Nationals. 1 at bat, no hits. So Frank John Catalanato, you can follow him on Twitter at FCat27. That's a pop-up behind the plates, and they will get that out. So Halladay settling down finally.
Einar Diaz.
Gets the first 2 outs here in this inning. So Catalanato played for a lot of teams over his career. Career WAR of 14.5, 3,824 at-bats, 1,113 hits, 84 home runs, and a career 291 batting average. That's a pretty solid career, if I do say so myself. 1,000 hits, that's 1/3 of the way to 3,000. That's not bad. That's a solid baseball career, and he played for a long time, age 23 to age 36. So let's take a look at the numbers here. As far as transactions are concerned, yes, 92 drafted by the Tigers. Then, again, he never broke. Well, he broke into the league with the Tigers, yes. And in 96, he was drafted by the Oakland A's in the Rule 5 draft. However, the A's returned him to the Detroit Tigers. He didn't break with the A's at all. And then finally broke in with the Tigers in 97 at the age of 23. Wore number 29 and number 27 while in Detroit. Then Catalanato was traded by the Tigers with Alan Webb, who ended up buried in the minors, Francisco Cordero, Bill Hasselman, Gabe Kapler, and Justin Thompson to the Texas Rangers for Juan Gonzalez, Danny Patterson, and Greg Zahn. So a lot of players moving around in that deal. I'm sure Juan Gonzalez was the prize for the Tigers in that one. While in Texas, Frank Catalanato wore number 27. Then, December 2002, he signed as a free agent with the Jays. Spent some time up in Canada. Wore number 27. November 2006, he signed as a free agent with the Texas Rangers, so goes back to Texas. Reclaims his number 27 as well. Released by the Rangers in April of 2009. May of 2009, the Brewers picked him up, and he wore number 20 and switched to number 27 again in Milwaukee. Finally, January 2010, he signed as a free agent with the New York Mets, but was released by the Mets in May of 2010, and he wore number 27 out there in Flushing. So Halladay got the first 2 outs pretty easily, but now struggling once more. Guys on first and second, Everett. So the Rangers have batted around twice now on Halladay. It's only the 3rd inning. We'll see if he can get this final out here, and he gets Everett to fly to Halladay himself. 3 outs, no damage done. Jays are coming up to bat, 4-2 Texas still. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Huckabee, Stewart, and Hinsky up for Toronto.
The batter, Ken Huckabee.
So Frank Catalanato earned $28,087,500 over the course of his career, and ooh, solid hit off of the left field wall there for Huckabee, but a very long single.
The batter, Shannon Stewart.
Shannon Stewart now. Jays trying to tie this game. We'll see what happens here. And that's a grounder to second. Runner moves up. Stewart out at first.
The batter,
Eric Hensky now, with a chance to drive another run in here and get the Jays within 1 of Texas. That's a ball. As far as Frank Catalanato is concerned, he got paid the most by the Texas Rangers in 2009. They paid him $6 million. Never appeared in a postseason at all with any of the teams he played with. And, well, let's take a look at his regular seasons. What was the year? What was the year where you could say, yeah, that was Frank Catalanato? 2001. Yeah, 2001. Played 133 games. That was the most in his career. Had 463 at-bats, scored 77 runs. That's a base hit. Guys on first and third, there's 1 out. Still a double play possibility for Texas, but the Jays are threatening here with Vernon Wells coming up. Big boppers coming up here for Toronto. Benoit delivers, and that's fouled off to the left side. As the coach giving the signs there. Just swing at it, dude. And he does, and that's a base hit down left field. 1 run scores, and Wells with the double. The Jays are now within 1, 4-3. Guys on second or third with 1 out, and very dangerous batter coming up. I think it's Carlos Delgado. So the Jays have a chance to tie this game or get the lead for the first time. Benoit now struggling here in the bottom of the third, as he delivers and grounds to short, but the runner does move up. The game is tied 4-4. Delgado does the job. Still a guy on second. A base hit can bring him in. And the game is tied. So we've hit the reset button in some sort of way. Josh Phelps coming up now. Benoit having himself a bad inning. He hasn't been the same since he gave up that 2-run homer. And that's a base hit, and that's going to bring in the run. The Toronto Blue Jays have taken the lead for the first time today. 5-4 now. Phelps bringing in that go-ahead run. So both starting pitchers not doing so hot today here in Toronto. Frank Catalanato, we're talking about you, dude. We're talking about your 2001 season while with these Texas Rangers. So once again, you scored 77 runs. You had 153 hits. That was your career high, dude. 31 doubles, 5 triples, 11 home runs, 54 RBI, 330 batting average. And 97 wasn't, well, you only played 13 games. Never mind. 2005, ooh. A little too close for comfort for yourself there. As, Joaquin Benoit allowing another base hit. First and third, 2 outs. He can't seem to get it together here. Chris Woodward, the man who, completely destroyed Joaquin Benoit's confidence in the last inning with that 2-run home run. Just an absolute rocket. And he gets a base hit, and it continues. The nightmare continues for Benoit. 6-4 now, Toronto. 4 runs in this inning. gets past Alex Rodriguez at short. No way he's going to get that. It's a solid base hit. Orlando Hudson now. Benoit trying to stop the bleeding. He can't, though. As he comes set, winds and delivers. And that's a foul ball behind the plate. And, whoo, finally, Benoit gets out of this, but not before giving up 4 runs in this inning. And suddenly, the Toronto Blue Jays at the end of 3 have a 6-4 lead. Big boppers are coming up for the Rangers. Roy Halladay. Oh, he's given up 4 earned runs today. Has 2 strikeouts, and we'll see if he can settle down here. We talked about you, Mike Lamb, earlier today. We'll see what you can do against Halladay. Halladay's a Hall of Famer, and he gives up a base hit regardless. So, ooh, we might be in for a barn burner, folks. We just might be in for a barn burner.
The batter,
Alex Rodriguez now, 0 for 1 today. Halladay gets him to swing on a 93-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside corner. And that's a foul ball, so he's up 0-2 on A-Rod. We'll see what Halladay does here. And he's working quickly right now against A-Rod. See what's going to happen here. Catcher sets up right down the middle, and that's a foul ball. So A-Rod is fighting off these pitches, trying to get something that he likes. Halladay delivers, and holy shoes, gets A-Rod on that one. Fools him
the batter,
with the breaking pitch.
Rafael
Rafael Palmeiro now. He's 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout. So that's 3 strikeouts on the day for Halladay. Checks up on Mike Lamb at first. He's safe. So Frank Catalanato, after he's done with his playing career, he retired in March of 2011. In June of 2018, Catalanato was made the head coach of the New York Institute of Technology college baseball team. In his first season, he led them to a 32-14 record and a berth in the East Coast Conference Tournament. So the New York Tech Bears, they got a pretty sweet logo. So that's pretty nice. I like that. So 32-14 with them in their first season. So unfortunately, college baseball season has been canceled for 2020. We'll see if Catalanato can build on that success in 2021. And who knows, he might break in back into the professional ranks later on. So he participates in Little League baseball programs, president of his own foundation. The Vascular Birthmarks Foundation as well. And he was inducted into the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame on Long Island. And his brother is a sports agent and attorney on Long Island. So that's Frank Catalanato for everyone there. He's making very good use of his post-playing career. And Halladay loses Palmeiro. Now there's a guy on second and first with 1 out. Juan Gonzalez is coming up. So Halladay's still struggling here in this game. We'll see if that'll change. If he can get Gonzalez to ground out, there's a chance for a double play. And he does. And 4-6-3 double play, exactly as I had envisioned. Halladay gets out of it. No damage done whatsoever. It is still 6-4, heading into the bottom of the fourth inning.
Now batting, the catcher.
Okay, well, looks like Joaquin Benoit's night is over, as Francisco Cordero is pitching now for Texas. It's a foul ball. Yeah, that was just a disastrous 2 innings there for Benoit, as it just completely fell apart in that third inning. Second inning, everything was going well for Benoit until he gave up that 2-run homer. And then just everything unraveled. So Cordero facing off against Huckabee right now. He's up 0-2. He's got a fastball. And I didn't see the rest of his pitch repertoire there. That's a ball, though. Low. Not too bad of a location. Power slider and a changeup. Those are his 3 pitches. As he comes, sets, delivers. And Huckabee giving him a battle here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And yes, folks, tomorrow the St. Louis Cardinals versus the New York Mets here on the Sports Goofs Network. And that's, oh my goodness gracious, that is a home run. Hen Huckabee, 364 feet. Oh boy. So Cordero in relief for Benoit, but the chaos continues as the Jays get another run via a home run from Ken Huckabee. Shannon Stewart up now. And this is getting away from the Rangers here. Roy Halladay still not doing great, but he's finding a way out of it after giving up the first 4 runs. So if Halladay at some point settles in and starts figuring out the Rangers, this game might as well just be over. And that is a deep drive to left field. And that's back-to-back home run. Shannon Stewart going deep down the left field line. And Francisco Cordero is not having a good day either. 8-4 now. Eric Hinsky, he's 2 for 2. And yeah, this game has gotten away from the Texas Rangers. They had a 4-run lead earlier today. And now the Jays have a 4-run lead. Oh boy. I don't even know what he can throw here. That's in 10 pitches, he's given up 2 home runs. Cordero delivers to Hinsky. He's taking some huge hacks. Why not? This guy is giving up meatballs. Might as well. Well, we talked about a Jay. We talked about a Ranger, and we're back on the Rangers side. And
Now batting, the center fielder.
I guess we could talk about Francisco Cordero. He's on the mound. And he's not having a good day, but we'll talk about you, dude. I'm sorry, this is the circumstances in which we're talking about you, but it is what it is. You pitched, that's what you did. You threw righty, as we can see there. You batted righty, which I don't think you had. Did you even have an at-bat? Hold on. Oh, you did. Okay, you did have some at-bats over the course of your career. You had 3. In 14 years. 3 at-bats and 1 strikeout. That was it. Well. Now there are 2 outs. But Carlos Delgado is up. So when you did bat, dude, you batted righty. You were 6'3", 245 pounds when you played. As Delgado with a deep drive to right, and that's foul. Not that deep. I thought it was going to go further. My bad. Anyways, Delgado. You don't want to make a mistake to this dude. Ooh. 92 on that one inside. Delgado taking his huge hacks here. And, ooh, frozen is Carlos Delgado. Cordero finally gets out of the inning, but not before giving up 2 back-to-back home runs. Toronto extends their lead 8-4.
Now batting, the right fielder, Kevin Mint.
All right, Francisco Cordero, you were born May 11th, 1975 in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. You're now 45 years old. You made your Major League debut August 2nd, 1999 at the age of 24 versus the Chicago White Sox. Pitched 1 inning, allowed a hit, and 2 strikeouts. Your last game ever came August 1st, 2012 at the age of 37 versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Pitched 1 inning, allowed 4 hits and a strikeout and 3 earned runs, so got him lit up there. So Francisco Javier Cordero, 3-time All-Star, 16.9 career WAR, win-loss of 47.53, and a 3.38 earned run average. But you were a reliever, so your MO was not to get wins and losses, even though that really doesn't matter that much. And you played, I would say, a majority of your career in the American League. 9 years compared to 7 in the National League. So that's not a bad career, actually. That's a long career too. Age 24 until age 37. That's a long time in baseball. So you're pretty reliable. A lot of teams wanted you. But you never appeared in a single playoff game throughout all those years. Wow, that's amazing, especially when you made some All-Star appearances there.
The batter, Einar Diaz.
All right, Cordero. Let's take a look at your transaction history as Halladay getting the first 2 outs easy here. Strike there, 77 miles per hour. And he's got a pretty good repertoire of pitches there to work with. And that's a strike there. And this is what I was saying earlier. If Halladay got him this lead and he finally finds his groove, and that's a fly ball out to left field just before the warning track. 1-2-3 inning for Halladay. I told you this. We saw the same thing happen with CC Sabathia yesterday at Yankee Stadium. Get him the lead. He gets in a groove. It's over. It is over from here.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Josh.
So the Rangers are not going to deal with Francisco Cordero today. They're just going to completely replace him here. I think this is Jordan Zimmerman. Really? He was on this team? I have to confirm. Huh. So, I guess he was. Interesting. Well.
The batter, the right
So Jordan Zimmerman
Catalanato.
pitching for the Rangers here. All right, so Catalanato, we talked about you earlier, dude, but we're here talking about Francisco Cordero. So June 2002. God. Yeah. Complete fail on that one. June 1994, he signed with the Detroit Tigers as an amateur free agent. Came up with Detroit, wore number 43. Then you were traded by the Tigers with Alan Webb, who ended up buried in the minors, Frank Catalanato, so your good old buddy there, Bill Hasselman, Gabe Kapler, and Justin Thompson to the Texas Rangers for, we talked about this trade before, Juan Gonzalez, Danny Peterson, and Greg Zahn. So while in Texas, you wore number 30 and number 31. Then, July 2006, you were traded by the Rangers with Julian Cordero. Is that your brother? I just want to know. Maybe yeah, I think coincidence. Who ended up buried in the minors. Kevin Mensch and Lance Nix to the Milwaukee Brewers for Nelson Cruz and Carlos Lee. Wow. Nelson Cruz, who is still active, by the way. So, okay. It's a very valuable player there. So while with Milwaukee, you wore number 48.
The batter, Orlando Hudson.
So Orlando Hudson up now. November 2007, you signed as a free agent with the Cincinnati Reds. Wore number 48 out in Cincy. Then February 2012, you signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. Still wore number 48. Then July of 2012, you were traded by the Blue Jays with a player to be named later, Ben Francisco, Joe Musgrove, Carlos Perez, David Rollins, and Asher Wojciechowski to the Houston Astros for David Carpenter, J.A. Happ, and Brandon Lyon. The Blue Jays sent Kevin Comer, who ended up burying the minors, later on to complete the trade. So while with the Astros, you wore number 37. Then February 2014, you signed as a free agent with the Red Sox, but was let go at the end of spring training. And that was it for your Major League career. That's a strikeout. Zimmerman against Hudson. Looking, you can't believe it. Doesn't agree with the umpire, but it doesn't matter. The Jays are still up 4-8 here, going into the 6th inning.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Michael Young up now. His number retired out in Texas. As Halladay gets Young to ground out a second, and here we go. This is it. I'm telling you, he's found his groove. So I'm going to get back at this Francisco Cordero. So yeah, he never played in a single postseason, as I had said before. You did make some money, though. $66,502,500 over the course of your career. Most of it being paid by the Cincinnati Reds. From 2009 through 2011, you were paid $12,125,000 a year. What was your year, dude? Well, let's take a look at your All-Star seasons. 2004, you pitched 71 innings. 71 innings, he had 79 strikeouts. That was pretty darn good. Your 2003 season, you pitched 82 innings, had 90 strikeouts. Their 2007 season, 63 innings and 86 strikeouts. Wow, that is good. Only allowed, you had a 2.98 ERA. So your 2007 season, I would say that's your best season. I mean, just the ratio, the strikeouts per innings pitched, and that is 4-6-3 double play. Here we go, folks. I'm telling you. I've been telling you. It is exactly as I stated. This is a Hall of Famer on the mound for the Jays, and well, we're moving into the bottom of the sixth inning. Sorry. Jays up 8-4. I'm saying it's over. I'm saying it is over from here. Let's move on. I want to see if Cordero has done anything interesting in his post-playing career. So 329 career saves. His nickname was Coco, and that wasn't shown on Baseball Reference at all. Baseball career, and that's it. I don't have anything more on him. Well, that's it for me and Francisco Cordero. So although he was a former Blue Jay, we're going to move on to the Blue Jays side here and see which player would be interesting to talk about. Let's go with Shannon Stewart. We'll go with Shannon Stewart here. So let's do that, shall we? Give me a second to collect myself here. As Stewart grounds to second, and is promptly thrown out there. But don't worry, we're going to still talk about you, dude. Shannon Harold Stewart. You were a left fielder. You batted righty. You threw righty. 6 feet tall, 175 pounds when you played. Born February 25th, 1974. In Cincinnati, Ohio. You are now 46 years old. You were drafted by the Blue Jays in the first round, 19th overall of the 1992 draft, out of Miami Southridge Senior High School in Miami, Florida, not Ohio. Major League debut September 2nd, 1995 at the age of 21 versus the Chicago White Sox. You had 3 at-bats and your first Major League hit. Your last game ever came June 7th, 2008 at the age of 34 versus the Baltimore Orioles. Had 1 at-bat and no hits. Career WAR of 24.9, 5,574 at-bats, 1,653 hits, 115 home runs, and a 297 batting average. Pretty darn solid career. That's a good one. All right, 1,600 hits, 297 batting average, 24.9 WAR. You were a positive player. That's it for the Jays. We're done here. After 6, still 8-4. Big boppers coming up for the Rangers, but Roy Halladay is in a groove. We'll see what he does against these guys. This will be interesting. I'll take a break from Shannon Stewart just for a bit to see what's going on right here. Halladay comes set, winds, delivers to A-Rod, who flies out to the right fielder, and that's the first out. This is a joy to watch, seeing this guy work. This is a joy to watch.
Now batting.
So Rafael Palmeiro now. Of course, in our college baseball game of the week a couple weeks ago, we talked about Palmeiro. as he is not happy with that pop out. So that's 2 outs now. So Palmeiro, former Mississippi State Bulldog, is throwing a lot of money their way out there in their baseball program, which is really good and really nice facilities. So Juan Gonzalez now, Halliday just sawing right through these big boppers of the Rangers. Already got A-Rod and Palmeiro out on, I think, like 2 pitches. So this is only the 3rd pitch he's thrown in the 7th inning. And Juan Gonzalez flies out to left. And amazing. 3 dangerous hitters, and Halliday just dismisses them in 4 pitches. 8-4 still.
The batter.
So we're gonna get back to Shannon Stewart, and Zimmerman probably the first guy to bring some stability to the Rangers pitching staff tonight. I might have jinxed him though. Nope, I didn't. Never mind. Back to Shannon Stewart. Look at your transaction history. So yes, drafted by the Jays in '92. Came up with Toronto, wore number 7 initially, then switched to number 24. July of 2003, you were traded by the Blue Jays with a player to be named later to the Minnesota Twins for Bobby Kielty. The Jays later sent Dave Gassner to the Twins to complete the trade. In Minnesota, you wore number 23. Following that, you re-signed with the Twins. Then February 2007, you signed with the Oakland A's, wore number 24. Then February 2008, you came back to Toronto, wore number 23 there, and then number 4. And that was it. You were done with your career there. You were released by the Jays in August of 2008. And that was it. You were done. But you made money. $34,596,499. The most of which being paid out by the Minnesota Twins. 2006, you got paid $6,500,000.
Now batting, the designated.
You played in 2 postseasons. In 2003, the Twins lost the LDS to the New York Yankees. And copy and paste, you lost the LDS to the New York Yankees in 2004. So, in your postseason career, you had played 8 games, 35 at-bats, scored a run, got 10 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, stolen base, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a .286 batting average. So, that's not too shabby. That's a grounder to second, and a 4-6-3 double play. Zimmerman settling down the Jays here. But Halliday, he's working. Still 4-8. We're done in the 7th inning. Headed into the 8th. We have to see how many pitches does Halliday have so far.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Mike Bordick comes in for Eric Hinsky, so we've got a defensive replacement and a double switch actually. So, well, it doesn't matter, double switch here in the American League. So, Halliday's night is over. Gave up 4 runs, but after the Jays got him that lead, he settled everything down. Just was pretty darn brilliant from there. So all right, Hank Blaylock now here against Cliff Pollitt. Is it Pollitt? Polite. Okay, that's how you say that. Cliff Pollitt. Well, that was a J. We have to go to a Ranger now. Might have the chance to cover one more guy on this team. Blaylock fouls off to the first base side. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Polite. Man on first. See, Blaylock fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Polite trying not to ruin this for Toronto. Ooh, Blaylock tries to check his swing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's in the strike zone. He strikes out. So Einar Diaz now coming up. Man on first still. Polite sets, delivers, and gives up a base hit. So guy on first and second with 1 out for Texas. I guess we could talk about Hank Blaylock, third baseman and first baseman. Yeah, and Shannon Stewart, before I go, I don't see anything on his post-playing career, so that's all I got for him. So Hank Blaylock, batted lefty, threw righty, 6'1", 192 pounds. Born November 21st, 1980 in San Diego, California. He is now 39 years old. Drafted by the Rangers in the 3rd round of the 1999 draft out of high school, Rancho Bernardo High School in San Diego. Blaylock made his major league debut April 1st, 2002 at the age of 21 versus the Oakland A's. Had 3 at-bats, his first major league hit, drove in his first RBI. His last game ever came June 27, 2010 at the age of 29. Versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, had 2 at-bats, and his last ever major league hit. So Hank Joe Blaylock, that's his full name? I thought it was like Henry or something. No, it's just Hank. All right, wow. 2-time All-Star, career WAR of 13.5, and that's an infield fly. Nobody's moving up. 2 outs for Polite here. But back to Blaylock, 3,567 at-bats, 959 hits, 153 home runs, and a very nice 269 batting average. Whoa, what the heck was that? So that pickoff attempt was almost disastrous there. But Polite gets the fly out here. The Rangers are done. They have one last chance in this game. Toronto coming up here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a very comfortable 4-run lead.
Now batting, the right fielder, Frank.
Okay, Rudy Sanchez coming in for the Rangers. Zimmerman's night is over, but he did a pretty darn good job. So back to Hank Blaylock. Didn't play in a single postseason. As far as transactions, very short. He was drafted by the Rangers in 1999, as we said before. Made his debut with Texas, wore number 12 and number 9 over there in Arlington. Then, March 2010, he signed as a free agent with the Tampa Bay Rays, wore number 9 at St. Petersburg, but was released by Tampa in July of 2010, and that was it for his baseball career. Made $21,952,500, the most of which paid by the Rangers in 2009, $6,200,000. And Sanchez is not having a good inning so far. First two runners are on for Toronto. Orlando Hudson coming up. I mean, it doesn't really matter, really. If he gives up more runs, it just makes the inevitable more inevitable. I don't know if that makes sense, but I said it. All right, well, so Hank Blaylock never played in the postseason. And is there a year? Is there a year where you could say that was Hank Blaylock? Oh, he had 2 All-Star appearances, and I would say his 2004 season. Look at this, 159 games played, scored 107 runs. These are career highs, BT dubs. 172 hits, 38 doubles, 3 triples, 32 home runs, 110 RBI, 276 batting average, 355 on-base percentage, 500 slugging, 855 OPS, and a 113 OPS plus, 312 total bases. Yes, made the All-Star team and finished 18th in MVP voting. So that was Hank Blaylock's year. That was the year of Blaylock. Now I'm going to take a look if he has done anything in his post-playing career. Well, he retired. He's living in San Diego. I'm surprised all that time there, and Orlando Hudson, a 403-foot shot to center field. And yeah, this is it. The inevitable has just become more inevitable, as those walls are super high in Toronto. I mean, really hard to steal one here. 11-4 now. So 3-run shot for Hudson. And I don't know, just give CNS some work here. It's not good work, but it's work. So Hank Blaylock's younger brother, Jake Blaylock. Oh, no, that doesn't exactly rhyme, but he played in the Rangers organization in 06 and 07. I don't know if there's not even a Wikipedia entry for him there, but his uncle Sam is a high school baseball coach, and that's it. That's all I have. That's all we have for Hank Blaylock. But thanks to this awful inning by Cienez right now, well, he gets a strikeout there on Huckabee. Strikes out looking, walks away. He's done. That's fine. He's had a good night. Don't worry. Shannon Stewart now, he's got a home run. Remember those two guys with back-to-back jacks earlier in this game. That's a foul ball. Right of the right field foul line. Ooh. Attempt there. But nothing doing by the right fielder. 0 balls, 1 strike. I can talk about one more Blue Jay, I think. Jason Worth was on this team? Really? Huh. Wow. That is interesting. I'm not going to talk about him here, but you know, sometimes you look at these lineups from some of these teams, like he was on this team. You see guys who in their later career, you're like, wow, he went there. Or guys in the early part of their career, you're like, whoa, he came up with them. Like Jason Worth, and I just think of him on the Phillies and then the Nationals. But he was with Toronto. Did not know that at all. Well, I guess we can talk about Cliff Polite, who was pitching for the Jays earlier in this inning. So pitcher, batted righty, threw righty, 5'11", 185 pounds when he played. Born February 27th, 1974 in Kirkwood, Missouri. He's now 46 years old. He was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 54th round of the 1995 draft out of Jefferson College in Hillsboro, Missouri. So Polite, oh, that's a fair ball. And that's a single out, but a fantastic diving stop there at third. And the ability to throw him out at second. Look at that. Stewart is out. That was a great play. Great play. Back to Cliff Polite here. Major League debut April 2nd, 1998 at the age of 24 versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Had 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1 earned run. His last game ever came July 15, 2006 at the age of 32 versus the New York Yankees. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 earned runs. He got lit up. So Clifford Anthony Polite won the 2005 World Series with the Chicago White Sox. Career WAR of 3.7, 22-23 win-loss record, and a 4.40 ERA. Transaction history here. We talked about you being drafted by the Cardinals in 95. Came up with the Cards, WAR number 40. Then, November 1998, you were traded by the Cardinals with Jeff Brantley and Ron Gant, who we talked about in a past broadcast between the Cubs and the Reds. You traded with him to the Philadelphia Phillies for Ricky Bottalico and Garrett Stevenson. While in Philadelphia, you wore number 35. Then, May 2002, traded by the Phillies to the Toronto Blue Jays for Dan Plesac. Interesting. So, we're here. 9th inning finally. The Rangers, their last chance. Hey, look, it is Jason Worth. He comes in for Frank Catalanato, defensive replacement there. So Mike Lamb coming up here. Jays have thrown in another pitcher here, Creek. We'll try and get through Polite as quickly as possible. So where were we? So yeah, you go off to Chicago. So yeah, you traded to the Jays, right? Yeah, you traded to the Jays. You wore number 19, and then you signed with the White Sox in 2004. Spent 2 seasons with them. Wore number 18, got yourself a ring. And then that was it for your Major League career. You signed with the Indians in 2007. And the Cardinals as well, but didn't come up with either of those teams, and you were done after 2008. Got paid $4,485,000 in your baseball career, the most by the White Sox, $1,200,000 in 2006. Postseason career, one postseason. The White Sox won the 2005 World Series over the Houston Astros. You pitched 3 games, 2.1 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, an intentional walk. You hit a batter, and 1 wild pitch. So, facing 10 batters there. Okay. So, well, the White Sox got the sweep anyways. So you got yourself your ring, dude. What was your year? What was the year of Polite? I mean, 2005, you pitched 67 innings. You faced 262 batters, got 57 strikeouts, allowed 7 home runs, 21 walks, 15 earned runs, 42 hits, an ERA of 2. So, in 68 games. So, that's what I say there. I got 1 save. I mean, I can see why the White Sox put you in the World Series. So that's you were pretty solid for them. That was your year, dude. You put it all out on the line at the age of 31 and got yourself a ring. So good for you, Cliff Polite. And let's take a look at your post-playing career. And this is their last player we're going to cover here. That's it. That's all. He resides in St. Louis, Missouri. That's it. That's all I've got for Cliff Polite, and that's all I've got for these retired baseball players. We're going to focus on the game here as Creek is having trouble here in the top of the 9th inning. He's facing off against Alex Rodriguez. Guy on first. No outs. But he's up. 1 ball, 2 strikes on A-Rod. Checks up on Mike Lamb. Nothing doing there. So A-Rod gets back in the box. Creek checks back up on Lamb again. At this point, why, dude? Why? You're up 7 runs. There's no need. Even if A-Rod, I don't know, anything, he hits a home run, it's still 6-11. Oh. Okay, 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Creek has a fastball, curve, a slider, and some other stuff. And A-Rod fouls that one off into the stands behind the plate. And Creek also has a changeup and a splitter as he winds, delivers, and strikes out A-Rod. Great pitch there. Look at this. Ooh. A-Rod fooled on that breaking pitch. Off speed and got him. So, Rafael Palmeiro. And once again, folks, tomorrow the St. Louis Cardinals visit the New York Mets. We'll be broadcasting on All-Star Baseball 2004. Join us for that one. So Creek gets one over the plate there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rafael Palmeiro. And he checks up on Lamb again. He's pretty preoccupied with Lamb over there at first base. Double play possibility is in play, but I wouldn't worry about the guy at first. You're up. Once again, you're up 7 runs. There's no need. There's no need for this. Just face Palmeiro. So 2 balls, 1 strike here. And Palmeiro fouls that one off. Creek, 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Let's see if he can put Palmeiro away. Sets. Delivers. And that's a ball. Full count here. As Creek gets the sign. Here we go. And he loses Palmeiro. That's a walk. So that's a guy on first and second with 1 out for Texas here. Juan Gonzalez is coming up. We'll see what he does as we're taking a look at the pitch again. So Gonzalez is 1 for 4. He has an RBI today. Has a chance to get a second one here with the base hit. Possibly. And he fouls that one off. Left of third base. So Gonzalez getting, there's no reason for signs here, dude. Nobody's moving up. Take your hacks. And he does. It's 0-2 now. Creek ahead of Gonzalez. Gets the sign, checks back at Lamb. He is fixated on Mike Lamb there. Just keeps checking up on him. I don't understand. I don't understand. So Creek checks back on Lamb. Delivers to Gonzalez, who grounds out to second. 4-6-3 double play. This game is over. Hudson getting that double play started there. Delgado finishes it off. And that's it for today. The Toronto Blue Jays dispatch the Texas Rangers 11-4. Rangers 4 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. Toronto 11 runs on 15 hits and 1 error. So, whoa, what the heck happened there? The Texas Rangers starting this game off, getting to Roy Halladay. 1 run in the first inning, 3 runs in the second. Then Toronto getting a 2-run homer to cut that lead in half. Trying to regain control here if I can. So okay, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. So the Rangers batting here, as you can see, but yeah, once again the Jays getting a 2-run homer by Woodward, which completely threw off the starter Joaquin Benoit, as he just couldn't regroup. Gave up 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Halladay just pitching fantastically after that, giving up no runs. The Jays completely locking it down. No runs after the 2nd inning against Texas. And that was it. The game was pretty much over once Halladay settled in. So, pitching for Toronto, yeah, Halladay, 7 innings, allowed 8 hits and 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. But Cliff Polite and Doug Creek shutting it down. Halladay getting the victory, so he stuck it out and got the victory there, as Joaquin Benoit is saddled with the loss here. Those are our umpires, as you can see. Crowd of 50,168 here in Ontario. A very nice 69 degrees today with the roof open. And yeah, that's the player of the game was Chris Woodward. His hit, and I think it's very appropriate. He had the home run that completely took Joaquin Benoit off his game. He was rattled completely, and it was over. It just was over. I mean, Woodward's day, 4 at-bats, 3 hits, and then that home run, man. That was it. Well, I think that's it for me. All right, folks, that's it for me. You saw the summary. I blabbed long enough here. Game time is something. Did they have that on there? I didn't even check. But this is Francisco from Sports Goofs. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. And Canadian authorities are coming after me. I think I'm getting deported. So I have to go. I